Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me, and today we're talking about Fliff, the social sports book that is pretty popular and has certainly gained popularity in the last few years. This is a book that I started using in 2021 and have had quite a journey with. So we're going to talk about my journey, and this is going to be an honest review. This is what no one tells you about Fliff, because what I notice on the YouTube is people are often very pro Fliff. And it's the classic YouTube sports betting space of everybody trying to hype up a product so that you'll watch their video. They'll show how much money they've made so that you're invested, and usually they're selling a product as well, but on the side, right? Like OddsJam is promoting it. So all of this to say, the reviews you're going to see on YouTube, I think, are sensationalized a little bit, right? How I made $10,000 on Fliff, a step-by-step guide, how to use Fliff, complete tutorial, and tips for betting success. Most things are positive, and I'm not going to sit here and say that this book is all negative, but I'm not going to say it's all sunshine and the rainbows. So here is what I need to talk about first. What the Fliff is Fliff. What is this? Why is this different from FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, MGM? Because it's not the same. It is not the same as a sports book. It is legit, so don't hear me wrong, right? This is not a big scam. This is not something that you are going to, potentially be found in a legal nightmare with, although I almost was. But it is not a sports book that is regulated by the Gaming Commission. There is nobody. Okay, let me calm down. All right. The Gaming Commission does not regulate it. There are probably legal ramifications for you to go after Fliff should you need to. Should something go awry, they are going to be held accountable in the legal system, but it's not as easy as just going to the Gaming Commission and having them fight your battles for you. Okay, so that's a big major difference that may come into play and did come into play with me. This is a sweepstakes book, which means it does not follow the same laws as a sports book. It follows different laws in terms of how they operate, how taxes are reported, which we will talk about, and the like. Now, the loophole is you are never wagering real money, real American currency, real dollars on this site. What you do is you deposit real dollars, and then they reward you with fake dollars. So in other words, you go to their shop, you deposit $100, and what do you get? You get 100 Fliff bucks, and you use Fliff bucks to bet with. So you're never betting real money. You're using dollars to buy a fake in-game currency. And then after you run up your balance with your fake in-game currency and you make your Fliff bucks $100 deposit into $1,000, you can redeem those $1,000 Fliff bucks for real bucks. Yeah, it's just a giant loophole, all right? And that is how Fliff works. Here's my experience with it. I still have the screenshot. And I may have said 2021 at the beginning of this video, but I'm not going to go back and edit it out, nor am I going to restart the video. It was in 2022, 2 years ago. Almost a year to the date, okay, October 17th, 2022, my first deposit of $99.99 was on Fliff. I still have it recorded in my spreadsheets, and it was fine. I mean, I'll sit here and say I could have made a video like these other guys saying all the positive things until it wasn't fine. Here's what happened. I was hitting bad lines that were hung that were errors or were slow to news or, just plus EV lines. And I ended up getting banned. And this wasn't like what sports books do in terms of, hey, you can't bet but $2 anymore. Your limits are bad, but you can still exist on the platform. This was like a hard X. I could not access my account. They sent me an email saying, hey, it's a business decision. We're not going to allow you to participate. And if I logged in, it would give me an error. Okay, here's the problem. All my money was on there. All right. And I don't believe, and this is something I've stood by for a while, I don't believe in talking about money on, a sports betting channel, right? I made $10,000. I'm rich. I do, because money is different to everybody. Your 10,000 is not my 10,000. Your 100 is not my 100. It's not, money is very, you get the idea. I had a lot of money on there, okay? Like we aren't talking like 100, 200, 300 bucks. We're talking like, you need that money. Okay. So I could not access it. I was at the mercy of their customer service, right? Because I can't go to the gaming commission and say, hey, they've locked my account with all my money, because the gaming commission doesn't have power over them. So for 4 months, I was sending emails to their customer service. And at this time, they were new, they were growing. I'm going to guess that they're better now and they've hired more employees to handle this sort of information, this sort of deal. At the time, they did not have the employees. So I want to say they had 1 or 2 people answering emails. And they had a big ban wave, right? And so like this was happening to a lot of people. It was horrible. And I was scared that I was going to lose all this money. Now, I did get it back. They did unlock my account just for me to get it back. I still couldn't bet, all right? All of this to say you're at the mercy of them. You're on their watch. You're on their time. You're playing by their rules. That's a risk that I don't think people talk about. As far as taxes go, this is not legal advice, okay? Just clearing the air here. But they do not follow the same rules as real sports books. Real sports books, and what I mean by that is DraftKings and FanDuel, do not send you a tax form unless you win 300 times your stake for over $600. So unless you hit a monster parlay of over $2.10 to win over 600, right? Roughly, you are not going to get a tax form from sports books. You can argue with me in the comments, okay? And now, that's not saying that if you do casino on these, you won't. That's a different thing. I'm talking strictly sports betting. If you bet $25 on every bet and you go 5,000-0, you win every single bet, and you profit infinite amounts of money on a sports book, they will not send you a tax form. Now, I could make another video about taxes. I don't think the tax laws for mobile sports betting are outdated. Period. The tax laws relating to gambling are ancient. They're for brick and mortar. They're for old school. They need to be updated. That's not what this video is about. But I'm frustrated by it, and I could talk about it for its own full length video. The point is, this is how sportsbooks operate. This is not how Fliff operates. So here's what happened to me. I filed my taxes for whatever year this was, 2022, in February, okay? Because I like to get it done, all right? Maybe it was early March. Point is, I had it filed. And guess what comes in the fliffing mail? A tax form from Fliff. It was a 1099 miscellaneous, and it was my net, withdrawals minus deposits. So I don't remember how much. I don't remember all the details, but the point was I withdrew more than I deposited. And so they sent me a 1099, and I had to amend my tax return, which was a hassle, which was annoying, which was stressful, because now I'm like, I do my taxes myself, okay? I was at this point, I have to go in and it's just stressful. Right? It just was not something that I enjoyed doing. So there's your warning. All right. They will send you a tax form if you are profitable and you withdraw more. So here are my final thoughts. I've been negative, but I've tried to be honest, right? Fliff has improved. I actually re-downloaded Fliff, and I am able to wager now after being banned for over a year. Okay. And will I use it? Yes, I'm going to use it, but I understand the ramifications. I understand the risk. All right. And I don't know if a newly 21-year-old, fresh out of college kid who's never done a sports bet understands the ramifications. And I hope that if you're watching this video, you can at least acknowledge that there are risks outside of the risk of just sports betting. So I do think they've improved. I think they're a better company. I think they've hired more employees. I think they've gained a reputation. I think there's more eyes on them. So they are going to do what's right, and they're going to play more by the book, even though the book is not holding them accountable. They do offer decent lines. They do have plus EV lines. They do, they are good for the sports bettor. So I'll say that. And they allow non-legal states to bet. So if you live in a state where sports betting is not legal, you may have access to Fliff. You can look up the map. You can see the states. So that's cool, right? For a lot of people who may not be able to sports bet. But I'm going to tell you, beware of the taxes and beware that you are at the mercy of them and their decisions and not the gaming commission. So that's what I think about Fliff. I'm going to say that Fliff is a fine book to use if you understand what you're getting into. All right, so I hope this helped. Feel free to ask me questions in the comments. I will try my best to answer them as best as I can. But for now, good luck, have fun, and be wise. Be wise, gentlemen and ladies.